Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Sunday. We did it. Together we have passed 25,000 subscribers. That was at some point this morning. A huge thank you to all of you who have helped make that happen, and of course now I can start putting into planning mode our full days live streaming 25,000 sub celebration flight, which will of course take place hopefully within the next couple of weeks, with some amazing giveaways lined up as well. I wasn't scheduled to do a stream tonight, but as we passed 25,000 today, I thought it would be rather remiss of me not to do so. So we are back here in Barcelona, and we're heading to Munich tonight. Not a real world route this for Easyjet, but we've not been to Germany for a while, so I thought, well, why not? So welcome on board, everyone. Hope you've had a great weekend. So who have we got? Simulation World, Dark Fury, Alexander, Fabrice, Land O'Lakes, Spitfire, RAF, Football Moments, T-Man, Matt Osborne, Barry Golding as well, J-Hog, and Lazarus. Hello, Matt Osborne as well, jumping in there. Oh, big thanks for the congratulations, guys, and of course it's down to you that's actually happened. So really big thanks from me, and looking forward to a nice flight this evening as we chat away and have fun. Interestingly enough, and I'm going to point this out now just for anyone who's doing some planning maybe for a flight out of Barcelona or into Barcelona, check your charts. As I've been sat here setting up, I've seen several people landing on runway 06 left and right. Runway 24 is actually in use. That means, however, just because the METAR means that I think the winds are something like 100 at 4-5 knots, automatically you think, oh well, obviously runway 06 is going to be in use, but actually no, there is a preferential runway system here in Barcelona, and I think that stays in place until the winds are greater than 10 knots tailwind. So yeah, just a little bit of information before we get started there as well. Operational flight plan is of course pinned in the chat at the top if you're watching on YouTube. Hello to our Twitch viewers as well, for those of you that were there, and well, we'll get going. So obviously we'll have a quick read through that, see what fuel we're going to take. As this is completely unprompted stream, I haven't even been through the OFP, so we're going to have to go ahead, crack on, and do that together. I think our actual scheduled time of departure is in about 15 minutes, so we're going to be late. Let's get on board, shall we? Right, we can have a quick look. Oh, 16 minutes. Right, we need to start getting passengers loaded up, particularly if we're going to do real time then. So, turnaround state for our aircraft, everything is already where it should be. We're happy with that. Let me just check my hardware actually, make sure there's nothing in a daft place. No, that all looks fine. Right, let's go ahead and get that APU started, then at least we'll start getting passengers boarded as well. Nick Burrows, hello, and Molly on Twitch, hello to you too. Right, go ahead and get that started. Just turn the strobe lights to the off position. Ordinarily, yes, they would be in the auto position, but on VATSIM, when you put it in the auto position, or at least this is the case with the fly-by-wire, if they're in the auto position, they actually show on VATSIM, which is of course not correct. We'll just turn the packs off for the moment while our APU starts. Okay, well, first of all, let's first things first. Yeah, so that's the current metal. Let me just check that hasn't changed. Yeah, so winds are currently 100 at 5 knots. That is runway 24 configuration in use. So we've got a temperature of 24, and a QNH then is 1009. There we go. Let's go ahead and just check that. 1009. That's all well and good. All of that is fine. We'll just turn those down for the moment, just in case Christian props in. He doesn't like his floodlighting. And whoa, Nick started the membership hype early. Nick, thanks so much, mate, for gifting 10 Easyjet Sim Pilot memberships. So welcome on board Matt, Ben, Wally, Just South, Simple Takeoffs, Federal Demon, Craig Allen as well, Christopher, Larsinglad, and Governors. Guys, welcome on board, and Nick, one of our longest channel supporters, maybe even our first member. You might have been, Nick, honestly, you really might have been our first channel member way back when. Nick has gifted 10 channel memberships. So thank you so much, Nick, for your amazing support. And of course, Nick says good evening and congratulations. Thank you, Nick. Very, very kind of you. Right, so we've got the Q&H all set up. Let's go ahead and check what's happening here. We've got 14 minutes. We're going to be late. Is that APU up and running? I need to get the passengers on. Yeah, APU's up and running. Right, we'll give that a minute, and then we're going to start getting passengers boarded quickly. Right, I best have a look at our operational flight plan then, hadn't I? Let's jump to that. See what the weather's doing. One says, good evening, congratulations on 25k. You are, thank you so much. Who would have thought that we would have got as many subscribers as this? This really is unbelievable. Okay, so we have got just over 14 tons of payload today, passengers, etc. Tailwind, that's what we want. Plan block fuel just under 6 and just under 6.5 tons. Let's have a look what we're doing weather-wise. Oh, weather looks rather grand coming in Munich at the moment. Basel looks a bit interesting. One of our alternates tonight. Let's go through and check the actual forecast, shall we? Oh, we need to go on to our weather briefing for that. There we go. Munich, we've currently got wind 007 cav. Okay. Actually, it looks like aside from a few changing of winds, there's not going to be any problems at all getting in. Tomorrow could be... oh, look at that, tomorrow. Well, I'm glad I'm not landing there. Gusting 45 knots, thunderstorms, rain. Ugh. We'll avoid Munich tomorrow. But that looks great. Let's have a quick look down at the bottom here and see what we've got with regards to our Sigma charts. Oh, we're just skirting an area of cumulonimbus clouds, to be expected this time of year, I guess. Yeah, that look. Do you know what? This looks like a perfect flight. That looks interesting. We'll not be doing that unless ATC specifically asks us to. Right, so fuel on board. Maybe a little bit of holding traffic coming in over Germany. I can't see any reason to take any more than 6.8 tons, really. We've got quite a long taxi here, actually. So what we've got taxi. Oh, it has got a little bit extra of taxi fuel popped in there. Yeah, okay. So we're going to take 6.8 tons of fuel. Let's go ahead and start getting that loaded. We can get the passengers loaded as well, then, can't we? So, onto our mass and balance page. What did I say? 6.8 tons. Let's go ahead. There we go. Right, of course, for our evening, as always, self-loading cargo will be providing our cabin announcements, passenger sounds, etc. So, we're going to load our aircraft, and of course, we're going to do it all in real time, which means we're going to be late. So let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you. Oliver, thank you so much as well, and Christopher, thank you as well. Fabrice, FS Realistic is just not installed on the new rig at the moment, so it'll probably make a comeback. I've just not had a chance to install it. The Pack Andrew, yeah, we are on VATSIM. There's just no ATC sadly at the moment. Right, passengers are all loading. Oh, I say passengers are loading. Should we have some fresh air? There we go. Right, so packs are coming on. Refueling is underway. Let's have a look at setting that box up then, shall we? Chuck the constraints on before I forget. Alright, so quick check of the data page. IRS 3 nav green. That's all correct. Init A. Christian, good evening, sir. Flight Sim Cockpit, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Right, so our flight number today is Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Cost index is 8. Cruise flight level today is flight level 380 with a temperature of minus 53. Ground temperature is 25. what we got on the Tropo. 38,711. Grab the winds. Brendan says you've just graduated flight school for the Navy and now a naval aviator on the USS George H.W. Bush. Oh, Brendan, congratulations. That sounds very, very exciting. Let's just go back to our init page. IRS init. Let me see if we can grab the chart showing us our positions for the parking stands. Oh, so many charts here at Barcelona. Parking stands coordinates. There we go. So we are parked at stand 93. That's a remote stand 93. So we've got 4118 north and 2051 east. 2050. Oh, 1 east. Yeah. Okay, happy with that. Time to do the flight plan. Jess Davis, 25k, chocks away. I like that. Right, departing runway 24 left this evening, and that is going to be via the Dallin 3 Quebec departure. And pop that in. The pack, what's my day been like? Oh, hectic. I can relax now here with you guys. Den, may you ask if I'm going to make any more tutorials on the Fenix A320 tutorial series? Yes, of course, I will be, but now we've completed the full flight, for anyone that is familiar with that series, we're then going to go into looking perhaps at more some abnormal ops, things like that in the future, so yeah, it will definitely be added to. Mark Burgers, hello, and LA Kids, thank you so much as well for your kind congratulations. Arriving into Munich is going to be runway 08 right, and we're on the Betos 1 Alpha. Now, where does that come in via? Is it Ottersberg? OTT? As I guess. There we go. Operational flight plan distance is 700 miles. Oh, look at that, 690. Sounds very good. And Mark, thank you so much for the £5 early donation of the stream there, Mark. Saying congratulations on 25,000 subscribers. Have a beer or a Yorkshire tea on me. Do you know what, Mark? I think if I had a beer right now, I'd be asleep. But the tea sounds good. Thank you so much, Mark. That is incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much. Jimbo, 25k. That's amazing. Love your streams, Jimbo. Thank you for your kind congratulations there. Let's just quickly scroll through this. Check that no discontinuities. That all looks fine. Coding of the departure. Then we can see we've got, or we should have, at 500 feet, that's a left-hand turn to intercept to peril 3,000 feet or above. NITAB. Below 6,000 feet, which is correct, as is there. And then we've got 5.8 all the way up to Darwin. Flight level 100 by there. Let's just check that. 5.8 and Darwin. Lovely. Okay, onto the RadNav page. Let's just have a quick look again. We can put the passport on a VOR in there, just to help us with a bit of situational awareness should we need it. Alprat is already tuned for us, so Bravo Charlie November. Just hard code that. Right onto our init B page. Let's have a look. Matsusex, do I fly with the failures on? Yes, I do. Yes, so failures are turned on now. Yeah. Let's go to our ATSU AOC and received messages. Eddie, do I have a model matching tutorial? Because I don't understand it in the slightest. Eddie, do you know what? There is one on the channel, but if you get on the Discord server, there are a couple of guys in there that can really help you make it really, really simple. Nick is an absolute expert at that. Channel member Nick, so might be worth dropping him a message on Discord, or simply just post in our Discord server, and some guys will basically tell you, right, here's a file, download that, here's another file, download that, and away you go. So let's accept that. What have we got? Zero fuel weight is going to be 58.2, and our zero fuel weight CFG 31.5. Fuel for our alternate tonight. Where is the alternate tonight? I have no idea where that actually is. Echo Delta Delta November. Someone will tell me. You guys will tell me. You'll know where that is. The alternate is call it 1.1 tons. And check the fuel planning. Cruise flight levels above the maximum flight level. That's interesting. We might have to step plan our way up there. We'll go ahead and check that. 6.5. We're taking 6.8. That gives us a takeoff weight of 64.8 then, doesn't it? Lovely. And what's our takeoff weight? CFG 29.9. We need that for our performance in a moment. Nuremberg, thank you, Christian. And do you know what? If I had to put good money on who would know, it would have been you. For obvious reasons. Right, let's go to our perf page, see what we've got. Tuchel Mason says congratulations as well on the 25,000 subscribers, well deserved. Thank you so much for your kind words. It's still a bit surreal. I mean, we're not 2 years old yet, and I think that is absolutely incredible. So thank you so much to everybody for helping us get there. Right, what have we got? We're departing 24 left. It is of course dry. We'll go flaps 1. Off. Takeoff weight 64.8. That CFG is 29.9. Grab live weather. Intersection data. Oh, we've only got full length here, so we're going to have to go full length. Is that how long that is? 2,660 meters. Oh, it is the short one. Yeah, so this is a lot shorter than the landing runway. We've checked that. 24 left. Takeoff run is 24 right. 06. Am I being blind? Where's my where's the left information? Unless, is there no display threshold? Oh no, there's not. So 26. Oh yeah, it's quite short. That's a lot shorter than I expected. All right. Well, there we go. Barry, how big do I think the channel might get? Oh, you guys are in control of that, I'm afraid. Christian suggests doing a secondary flight plan in the cruise for the other runway and brief for both. Coming out of south, you should get 08 left, but if traffic is heavy, you could also get 08 right. Good local knowledge there. Christian, thank you so much. Yeah, I get what you mean. We'll definitely look at both. We've got time to as well. It's not a short flight, this one. Thrust reduction acceleration then is all correct there according to the information I've got as well. Well, it should be 1,008 feet, but that's close enough. Right, 139, 140, 142. Let's go ahead and get that in. Transition altitude here is 6,000 feet. Oh, there we go. It is correct there. Look, 1008. Flaps 1. And let's have a quick look and see what the flex is. The flex is 64. Lovely. Danny Robo, oh mate, thanks so much for your €9.99 donation, sir. Danny says, glad to be part of this amazing community. Been a member, but was watching you way before I became a member. Flew along with lots of flights, long haul Mondays and Fridays. Hamburg and Sydney were all amazing. Oh, that's going back quite a while, isn't it? Thank you so much for that, Danny. And Was as well, who has tipped $12.26. Oh mate, Was, that is incredibly kind of you as well, saying congratulations on the 25,000 subscribers, guys. Both of you, thank you so much. That is incredibly kind and generous. Really do appreciate that. Right, so we've got airspeed 146, 191, and clean is 215. And at this point, I always just like to quickly have a look, see if we've got any speed restrictions on this. Indeed, we do. Bank will be 20, so 210 knots is the max. So, to be honest, I'm not going to be too concerned about that. That's at 500 feet. We're not that light that we're going to be approaching 210 knots. I can code in. We could leave flaps 1 throughout that first turn just to make absolutely sure. So let's go. I will go ahead and do that. But yeah, we're going to be flaps 1 for that main for that first turn. So I will just pre-select 191. Then I don't have to think about it. There we go. Right. So yeah, you can see recommended maximums there's 378. We're planning 380, so that might take a while. In which case, just for the time being, let's just go and pop in. We'll just change that into 360. There, that's made it much happier. Right, secondary flight plan then. Let's just copy the active, and for this, it's a standard engine out procedure. Just here. So at 500 feet, let me just clear that out. 500 feet, what we're going to do instead, we can carry straight out on this runway. Let me just check. We could use the Papa Romeo Alpha VOR for this. So Papa Romeo Alpha runway heading is 244. We'll just pop that out at 15 miles out. And then we're going to make a left turn to Lesba. L-E-S-B-A. Hold in here. The inbound course is 273. And the hold there consists of right turns. Then back to Barcelona. And that, of course, would be arriving ILS 24 left. ILS Yankee 24 left. Do we have an ILS Zulu 24 left? Yeah. No start. And approach veer. No, none of those either. We'll just leave it set up as is. Double check that, see how that looks. So, to our place bearing distance, and then a left turn to Lesba, which is out here somewhere. And then back for our approach, and that's our go-around track. Barry Golding, super chatting £5 as well. Barry, thank you so much, a long time supporter of the channel as well. So thank you very much, Barry. And Randall Forte has been a member now for the last 5 months. Randall, thank you so much for your support during that time. Says big congratulations on the 25k. You have earned so much from the channel. I'm guessing there's an L miss there. I don't know. You may have earned somehow. But I've learned so much from the channel, and it's definitely centered my passion for simming. Thanks, Gav, and all the mods. Randall, thank you so much. And Barbell, that is amazing. Thank you so much for your 10 Australian dollars. Congratulations. Saying, due to time zones, I don't get to watch many live streams. You're off to work in 30 minutes, but you've learned so much, so we'll be watching them later. Barbell, thank you so much, mate. And if I can ever throw the early morning streams in here, then of course I will do. Usually on a Thursday morning if you're around, which is obviously Thursday evening for you. So thank you so much. What an incredible gesture as well. Thank you for that. Right, so I'm happy with how we're all set up there. Let's do a brief then, shall we? Let's just flip back to this page, then we can see just how we're getting along with our loading. Yep, we're late. Let's go to the mass and balance page. We've still got a 45 to go. Alfie says congratulations as well. Ethan 5 for 5 as well. Thank you so much. Farron, the engine out procedures can either be found in ZinSmart or there's documentation on our Discord server as well. So that sun's getting set low. Let's bring the charts in. We'll do a brief. So weather for our flight today. Got gorgeous weather here in Barcelona. As you can see, just a special note that we are taking off with a little tailwind today. Nothing too major or out of limits, of course, but we are going to be taking off with an expected tailwind today. The aircraft is the Fenix A320, fully serviceable with the exception of a working weather radar. No times for our departure today. And threats to be aware of. Well, first of all, one of the main threats here on the ground is that I think a lot of people think because of the tailwind that's the wind's basically coming from the east blowing to the west. A lot of people think then that runway 06 left or 06 right is in use. It's not. There's a preferential runway system here in Barcelona, and that I can just confirm that is just here. Look. Preferential runway configurations. So daytime configuration is west, which means obviously departures 24 left and 24 right, and ATC will maintain this preferential runway configuration described below up to the wind component of a 10 knot tailwind, gusts included, and or 20 knot crosswind. Changing may be considered from a tailwind 7 knots, but it's not just there yet, and of course you can check Flight Radar 24, which also proves that point. So yeah, that is a little threat. Oncoming aircraft, I think we'd perceive that as a threat. Minimum safe altitude as well as we're departing is quite nice and low as well. It's only 3,200 feet. Let me have a look then how we're going to do this taxi. Now this taxi is blooming long because of where we're parked. It's the low-cost airlines, you see. We always get parked at the remote stands. So we are parked stand 93. No pushback, so we can taxi straight forward. We're going to taxi straight forward. We're going to taxi out then via Gate Delta November, and then from there we need to follow the routing. So it's going to be Delta November. We're going to make a left turn, then back round onto Tango. Then it's Delta 5, crossing 24 right. Then crossing down here, and we're departing full length Golf 1 right at the end. Departure then, we've just seen a quick look, basically no turns till 500 feet. At 500 feet it's a left turn to intercept and then fly towards peril. We've already said that we're going to just fly that first turn at flaps 1. I think we'd be flying flaps 1 anyways, but I've just made double sure of that. And then our initial climb is going to go up to flight level 110. Go ahead and set that. Now we've briefed it. There we go. So with that then, just the emergency brief, standard Airbus emergency brief here in Barcelona. It's a standard engine out procedure as well. If anything won't bang after V1, once we're 600 feet or above, it's a left turn to the Lesba and enter the hole. Then we'll decide what we're going to do. Right, I think we are all about done. Just waiting for some for the rest of the passengers to come on board. I think yeah, another 4 or 5 minutes or so and we should be ready to go. Refueling has completed, so let's go ahead and tidy up the overhead. APU is running. We can get rid of the GPU. Seatbelt signs on. Starting to go dark now, so even though Christian is here, I am going to put the lights back on. GD, you just logged on after a rubbish flight. Autopilot kept disconnecting. Oh, that's not good. Andrew, flight time today is about 1 hour 30 minutes in total, I think. A couple of other things that I can be checking just whilst we're waiting for those last few passengers.
Hi, yeah, we're just about finished setting up, so once everyone's on board, we're happy to close the doors. Thanks. And once we get to cruising altitude, if I could have a cup of tea, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Boarding is still underway, but we're almost done. It shouldn't take much longer.
Hope not. Passengers are already going to be upset because we're late. Let me just come to our ground services. We can get rid of the GPU and the cones. Right, 10 passengers to go, and then we can start ready to start getting ready to start our engines. Don't know if you guys could hear a moment ago, I've just had to let the training captain out. That is the cat, by the way. The dog is the first officer. Right, so our cockpit preparation now is all complete. Signs are on and auto. ADIR's 3 nav green. Fuel quantity is 6,760 kilograms set and balanced. FMGS is set and altimeter is 1009 at 18 feet. Christian, tuning into the 80s nice and early for Hamburg. Parallel ILS approaches 8 and left. How amazing would that be? It's a bit 50-50 as to which runway we get. We'll definitely brief both, Christian, so that'd be nice. I think we've just heard the crew start to close the doors. So, not long now till we're on our way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our Easyjet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Thanks a lot.
Christian, did I say Hamburg? Apologies, Munich. Hamburg is far too far away for us to fly to this evening. We're definitely headed to Munich.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, this is your captain speaking, and I'd like to welcome you on board the aircraft. We're running slightly behind schedule, but we should be able to make up the time once we get up in the air. The guys on the ground are loading the final bits of luggage into the aircraft, so I expect us to be on our way very shortly. If you could help the cabin crew by getting yourself sat comfortably with seatbelts fastened, we should be ready to depart in just a few minutes. For now, though, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and I hope you enjoyed the flight. Thank you.
Right, well, with no pushback required, that's obviously going to save us a little bit of time.
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the doors and cross-check. Thank you.
Just double check we've got no ATC around. Nope, no ATC, so I'm not going to bother announcing our engine start here on Unicom, but we will go ahead and flick over to it so we can hear what's going off around the airfield. With that then, before we get our engine started, of course, we'll just get on our beacon lights and we'll pop our transponder onto standby. Get the engine started. Whilst that's happening, I will check the final load sheet has arrived. So before start checklist below the line, windows and doors closed and on, beacon light is on, phone is on silent, parking brake is on. Let's get our engine started. Check APU bleed is on, engine mode select to ignition and starting.
Barcelona traffic, the funds 0875 crossing 06 left.
Right, we just need to have a look at that final load sheet. So final load sheet has got our takeoff weight at 64.7. That is below what we'd planned. And our zero fuel weight takeoff weight is 29.1, which is also within limits. Good, we don't have to rerun any performance calculations. Sun's starting to drop now as well, of course. Engine number 1's available. Let's start engine 2. Christian, indeed they were. We just got a little bing there, so I just jiggled the thrust levers. It's because when flying other aircraft, I have a different profile set for flying the Fenix because of the way the Fenix thrust levers work, and I changed it over prior to obviously doing the stream tonight, but I forgot to just give them a jiggle to recalibrate them. Felix, we are indeed on VATSIM. Just checking, of course, everything is closed. It is indeed. Take the cable off for our departure. "17 minutes late."
Ladies and gentlemen,
And we've got a
we
long
now ask
taxi.
for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing the exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt. if
Engine
you
number
hear
2 stabilised.
Brace, brace.
Barcelona traffic, Lufthansa 0875 crossing runway 02.
4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it
Have to start
fastened at all
checklist.
times.
Anti-ice is off. Ecom status
If the air
trim
supply
is
fails, masks will
29.1.
drop
Rudder
from
is
above you.
0.
Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side. to
Flight control
adjust.
check while we're stationary here then.
Put on your own mask before helping
left.
others.
Full
If
right.
we land on water, take the
Neutral.
life jacket from under your
Full
seat.
up.
Put it over your
Full
head.
down.
Pass the tapes
Neutral.
around your waist.
Full right.
Click
Full
together
left.
and pull the strap to adjust.
Neutral.
Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle.
Barcelona traffic, Alpine
If it
34 Alpha
fails
Mike,
to
taxiing
inflate or
off
needs
stand
topping up,
93,
blow into
taxiing
the
out
tube.
via Delta November
There
Gate,
is a light and
Tango
whistle
Delta
for attracting
5
attention.
Delta, Kilo holding
We
Golf
also carry
3 for
flotation
runway
aids for
24
children.
left.
Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with Easyjet.
Forgot to start the timer there as well. No matter. It's not a biggie. Right, let's go and see if we get lost. So, quick pets check, no change to the performance. QNH 1009, still a flex takeoff. Engine out procedure is standard, 1600 feet left turn Lesba. Departure is the Darlin 3 Quebec, and our initial climb is going to be flight level 110, currently adhering to the constraints, however. Howling Crazy says it's standard in the Easyjet at the minute, so you wouldn't be worried about 11 minutes. So remember, because of the ways we have to go, we need to go left first and then right. It's going to be a gorgeous sunset takeoff, this one. Of course, the long taxi means you get to enjoy the beautiful payware scenery as well from Latin VFR. So that's something to behold. We'll do our before takeoff checklist to the line once we've crossed our first runway. Got a couple of runways to cross as well for this. Did I put the taxi light on? Quick check. Oh yes. I think this one is quite a maze of taxiways. said before, of course, Amsterdam is perhaps one of the biggest, but I do find that pretty straightforward.
Barcelona traffic, Lufthansa 0875 line up 24 left.
Mark, is pushback still roping the Phoenix? No, not at all. It's all fixed now. Bartek, I have shown what my... do you know what? I showed what they were when I first set it up. I have refined things ever so slightly, so I will... people do keep asking me, so yes, I will do a graphics setting video for what I'm currently using, but I definitely I'm still refining some things. Right, we want to take Delta 5, which isn't this first left. In fact, there's a big no entry sign there, so it's definitely not this first left. Barry, you think this is much easier than Madrid? Do you? I never really found Madrid to be too bad. I know it's a rabbit warren of taxiways, but it's, for me, it's whenever you've got parallel taxiways, that's a tiny threat, or it is for me. Maybe that's just me. Right, this is the left we want. Opposite gate Fox November. So we'll just slow ourselves down a bit here. Quick check. No lights in that direction. No lights in that direction. Barcelona traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, crossing runway 24 right.
Barcelona traffic, Lufthansa 0875 departing 24 left by the Darling 3 Quebec departure.
Says Dark Fury. We're about to see what did you say he was in? Is he in Ryanair again tonight? Oh, that's right. He completely wrecked his EasyJet aircraft. Not going to let that go for a while, Dark. He can't answer back either because he's on his takeoff roll. Barcelona traffic, runway 24 right vacated. Oh, is he not in Ryanair? He's in Lufthansa. Oh, I forgive him. Fair enough. Oh, there he goes. Right, before takeoff checklist to the line. Flight controls are checked. Departure briefing is confirmed. Flap setting config 1. FMA and takeoff data 139 blue, 142 magenta. Climb nav blue, 152. 6000 magenta. And flex is 64. Runway 02 is not a runway that is currently in use, so we don't need to worry too much about the strobes for anything like that. And then a left turn at the bottom. I didn't finish that checklist. Transponder is set. Ecam memo. Takeoff, no blue. And the FB is stowed. Airbus Simpel, you're really happy you're flying to Munich. You live there. Well, do you know what? There's a little threat to be had coming into Munich in that I don't live there, and I can't even recall if we've landed there before. We might have, but it's been a long time. It's certainly not one of my usual hunts, so this is going to be something a little bit. This is going to be a little bit different for me. We need to make sure we brief a few things. Daddy says this taxi isn't too bad. It's not short, but it could be worse. Well, we all know, don't we? Amsterdam is the worst one. Depending on the runway you've been given, of course. Slow ourselves down a little bit as we make that turn.
Cabin crew seat for takeoff, please.
Company aircraft, we'll give them a wave. will not flash our landing lights at them. Not like bus drivers when they pass each other. Randall, am I going to treat myself and get the throttle tech to celebrate the 25k? No, sadly, YouTube don't pay that much money. When you reach 25k, they don't pay anything. I thought it looked absolutely fantastic, but oh, what a price tag. Korosek, in the Phoenix, in all aircraft for the flights, I use an app called Self-Loading Cargo. Howling Crazy, this is Latin VFR's scenery for Barcelona. Looks nice, doesn't it? And Fabrice, yeah, failures are turned on. So we could have one at any given moment. Hopefully not at V1. Right, we're going to depart via Golf 1. Thank you for the latest couple of subscribers that we've just had there. Thank you so much. Can't remember. This is completely the wrong time to be thinking about this, but I can't remember if I fed First Officer George before the flight tonight. He'll probably be grumpy. Right, that approach path looked clear as we made the turn. Just hold ourselves steady there. And final check. Can't see anything, so that's good. Barcelona traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, lining up runway 24 left. Okay, let's get everything on. Oh, these click spots. Before takeoff, check this below the line. Cabin is secured. Engine mode selector normal. TCAS, TARA. Packs off. Anti-ice off. Barry, we haven't had any failures yet. Do you know what? You've just jinxed to that. Thanks, Barry. But no, we haven't. Loved a little... I'm not going to call them skid marks, but tyre marks. Hey David, I'm very well, thank you very much. Right, that looks beautiful. Let's go, shall we? Barcelona traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, taking off runway 24 left, Darlin 3 Quebec departure. And we'll just turn that primary flight display down so I can actually see the flight directors. Take off. Start the chrono. 50% thrust set. Engine stable, set takeoff thrust. And flex SRS runway. Checked. V1, rotate. 500 feet before we make that turn. There it is. Just climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. Through that climb now, we're going to manage speed and clean up. Flap 0, spoilers disarmed. No ATC around. Let's go flight level 190. Open climb 190 blue. Get the lights off. Ding the cabin. Remind me when we're in the cruise to link those back up and try and save it again. What a gorgeous hue as the Earth's shadow comes up. We've got obviously the pinky purples reflected out in the ocean.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Christian says I need to get some food. Screw these seatbelts. That is a gorgeous view, isn't it, in the distance? On the Barcelona the Spanish mainland. Barcelona behind us, of course. Right, 10,000 feet. Get through this turn, then we can turn those seatbelt signs off. Let's go ahead and check what we've got. We'll clear out the RadNav page. Out to the prog page. Flight level 360. Yeah, okay, we'll stick with that. 360 blue. Don't recall from the cabin they want the cabin lights out. It was kind of a dusk departure, wasn't it? You're right, they probably would have turned those off. I'll definitely turn them out now though. There's Barcelona behind us. We'll turn those off now whilst I remember. And pop those to linked and save. Flight simulators of the PA button work in the Fenix. Who would you make a PA to? Does it work in any sim aircraft? Farron, does the Fenix have a Neo variant? No, so if you want to fly a Neo, then of course it would be fly-by-wire.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Yes, so the IG engines are coming at some point, and Sharklets as well. Fenix have said that, and of course, when they are available, it will be free. Danny, yeah, there's a little ship down there. Can I zoom in on that? It's caught in the engine blast, but yes, there is a ship down there. Looks a bit wobbly through that exhaust heat, doesn't it? Look at the reflection on the wing, though. Absolutely stunning stuff. Right, we're airborne and on our way. I love a nice chilled out Sunday night flight, and of course celebrating hitting 25k this morning as well. What better way to spend a Sunday evening? Kids in bed nice and early. So let's have a quick look at our route then. I've just imported this. There we go. So we can see obviously we're over the Med for quite a bit now, and then we'll come in over Monaco, Nice. We pass over Milan as well, and then up to Munich. And Farron says as well, congratulations on those 25,000 subscribers. Definitely a milestone. Farron, it certainly is, and not one 18 months ago I ever dreamed of hitting when we started the channel. Absolutely not. Who knew, eh? Certainly not me. Mark says, my friend the magpie is on the balcony railing looking for a tree. He looks at me through the window and usually gives some peanuts. Mark, is that right? Have you been drinking? Or is that an actual magpie lands on your balcony railing? You actually feed it. The wild bird. That's incredible. Sim Elliot, I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for dropping in. Flight Sim 107, are there games on the EFB to keep you busy during the cruise? No, that's why you have phones. Mark, you just gave the bird the bird. Crystal, yeah, I do use AIG traffic indeed. Got a little aircraft down here actually. Just see that. Nick says, one magpie is bad luck. Yeah, one for sorrow, two for joy. Then you get worried if you see 3 or 4. 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy. How many is it for triplets? I must have seen like 28 magpies one day. Five for 7, 6 for gold, 8 for a secret never to be told. Oh, I'm quoting my grandma, God bless her. If there are any flights taking off on Vatsim from any of the airports on the coast, then I might get a decent view of those. But that actually is just quite a nice view, isn't it? And we can see in the distance the clouds now that obviously built up during the heat of the day, slowly starting to settle back down. Mark says, yeah, one for sorrow, two for joy. I always say hello, Mr. Magpie. Where's Mrs. Magpie? Have a nice day. Well, Mark, he probably ate her. Magpies are vicious little things. Playing videos number one. Some people say the spoilers of the Fenix 320 is slower than real life. Is that true? I've never actually looked, because the spoilers always deploy as I'm touching down on the runway, and I don't usually have that view on as I'm touching down on the runway for obvious reasons. Would make landing a little tricky. Oh, that's nice. I like that view. Christian says I might snooze away in a minute if you don't chat anymore. You're down. Christian, you've been busy, haven't you, with the house move and things? How's that all going? Danny says my dad was on vacation a couple of weeks ago. He just came back completely into spotting birds. He downloaded an app, which is where you can record the sounds they make, and then he can let the app analyse which bird it is. Do such things exist, Danny? That's really clever, isn't it? I know you can do things now, like you can take whatever your interest is. You can take photos of things, and the app will tell you what it is. Like, I think you can download an app now that will tell you if you take a photo of a particular plant or leaf or weed, it'll tell you what that is. Dan Skelton, good evening, mate. You and your missus are both watching. Hope we're doing well. I am doing very well, thank you, Dan. And Natalia, hello to you as well. I'm not sure we've had you on board before, Natalia. So welcome aboard this flight from Barcelona to Munich. This is one of those flights, isn't it? You just feel it would be rather subdued, because everybody on the flight is most likely coming back off their holiday in Barcelona. Captain HMW says, congratulations, Captain. Thank you so much. Christian, you should be finished by tomorrow. Only the whole paperwork then. Christian, did you say you were renovating as well? You're doing lots of work to the place you've just moved into. I'm one of these. I like an oven-ready place. I like a place where I can just walk in and think, I'm done. Get the furniture out. Steph says I can confirm the bird app. Very, very useful. That's insane. Dark Fury says, you hope there are no swans on the runway like Jamie's last night. Swans on the runway? What app is he using to get swans on the runway? And which runway? Was he landing in a lake? Mark says he flies off when... so yeah, you have a real magpie that lands on your on your railings. He flies off when you open the window, but then always comes back to eat the nuts. Oh, Mark, does he not trust you not to hurt him? He has to disappear until you've left the nuts. That's insane. So good that he comes back though. What a great time to fly in the sim this is. Sunset, just after sunset. Really looks well, doesn't it? Danny says apparently, but he completely changed his lifestyle over there. I don't know what he did, but he loves birds now. You spot the birds too, some bigger ones. I used to spend a lot of time at my grandma's years and years ago. And she and my granddad were both avid gardeners. Well, my granddad more so than my grandma, which is fine for her. It meant she always had a nice garden to look at. And they had a bird feeding table, and they used to get loads and loads of birds where they lived. And we'd spend ages like in the big kitchen window, sat just watching them. Because it was like the kitchen was almost like on the first floor up, so you could look down into the garden and watch them from all around. And I became quite good at all the knowing all the local birds and their names and habits and things. And funnily enough, now 20 odd years later, I now find me passing that knowledge on to my lad when we see birds out whilst walking the first officer and things. Barry says there are too many magpies where he lives. They scare away the other birds, and you have to shoot some of them once in a while. Barry, that sounds a bit extreme. Couldn't you just like clap your hands together and make a bit of noise? Smooner number 3 is subbed on Twitch. Thank you for the tier 1 sub, Smooner. I really do appreciate your support of the channel. Very, very kind of you. Glad to have you on board this evening. Farron, do I find a huge difference between the Fenix and the 320 in terms of realism? Farron, I do for certain things like the secondary flight plan and stuff like that, and of course remembering that just the fact that we've got the potential for any sort of failures now just to take place, and I really do love the EFB. I think the EFB is great, not to say the fly-by-wire one isn't, that is immaculate as well. But getting things like that load sheet through, it's all very realistic, tied in very, very nicely. So yeah, if you want an absolute ultimate realism, then obviously Fenix is the way to go. Fly-by-wire will get there though, I'm sure. DJ Cam as well, thank you very much for following on Twitch. GD says swans have been known to mistake wet runways for legs. Oh, that sounds like a few broken legs when they land. if they're expecting a lake and they slam into some tarmac. Mark says the Scots used to believe that magpies had a drop of the devil's blood under their tongue, and if one was near a window, death couldn't be far away. Well, that's a cheerful story, Mark. Magpies or vultures? I could understand that with vultures. They always seem to know where death is. Dark said he was held clear to land. He was told clear to land, and then had to go around, botched 2 attempt landings, and then they switched to runway 26. Seriously, these swans! I need to see this stream. Christian says the renovating you did today was in the old apartment to leave it in a decent condition. Oh yeah, you want to get that bond back. Mark says you could be pushing up daisies soon. I wouldn't read anymore, Mark. Not before bedtime. 1,000 feet to go. Then we're at cruise. Smooth3 says subscribe on YouTube. Also subscribe on Twitch. No problem. Thanks so much. Ben's host says, why are you being gifted a membership? Yeah, Ben, we've had 10 gifted memberships earlier on today in the stream from channel member Nick. So big thanks to Nick for that. And Paula, hello, Paula, how you doing? Says hi, congrats on the 25k subs. Glad to have you back on board, Paula. That's really good to see you again. Yeah, it really has gone dark now, hasn't it? We're moving away from the land, so not too much to see down there, unless there's some more ships lurking around. Oh, nearly at our cruising altitude as well. Danny still going on about chatting about his father, saying he was making the bird sounds himself to test the app. Does in fact do what it's supposed to do. The app said Homo sapien, so I guess it works good. That's brilliant. Love that. The fact that an app can tell if it's a human trying to replicate a bird chirp. You're gonna have to let us know the name of the app. I need to download that. Dark Fury! Oh mate, you've gifted 5 EasyJet Sim Pilot channel memberships, and welcome on board to Jay, Vivo, Sven, Wout, and George as well. Dark, thank you so much, mate. Incredibly kind of you to continue to support the channel the way you do. Dark Fury, for anyone that doesn't know as well, is my MOC. He fixes all of my technical problems, and of course he's also the channel livery creator, so if anyone is after a livery, then get in touch with Dark on Discord, because he does some fantastic liveries. As you can see, well, I say as you can see, we're flying in the dark, so this livery doesn't do him justice here in the dark. Right, let's do the top climb checks in a minute. That looks like I'm kicking out smoke, not vapour. That looks dark, doesn't it? Right, top of climb checks. Let's go through those.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the cockpit, just to let you know, we've reached our cruise level. It's looking likely that we will be slightly behind schedule when we arrive at our destination due to obvious departure, but we will be doing our best to make up as much time as possible to minimise any disruption to your journey. As the cabin crew make their way around the aircraft, please make sure the aisles are clear of any items, and I invite you to please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Thank you.
Well, no fuel weeks. 22 degrees in that cabin, so you should all be nice and comfortable in that. No, Dark, I still haven't got the new cabin on. There's a couple of... I need to find some time to do a little bit of housekeeping, basically. My main thing tonight is, for those of you who've been watching recently, have I told you that my monitor keeps conking out? Well, I swapped the power supplies over, because I've got two monitors, both exactly the same, one left, one right. The left one is my main one, that is the sim screen, and yeah, that's the one that sadly just kept conking out and going blank. Not what you want when you're on finals or something daft like that. And yeah, because I swapped the power supplies over, I was hoping it was a power supply that was on its way out. Turns out it isn't. It is indeed the monitor, so I'm gonna have to go and buy a new monitor. But what I have done is I have just switched them around now, so if the monitor does conk out now, it's the chat that disappears for a minute or two while it refires back up, and it's not the sim. So I'll sadly just lose you guys, my passengers, for a couple of minutes until that comes back to life. But better than the old alternative. Aviator Patrick, hello. Paul says, just want to let you know that my landings have improved a lot. Your hand flying of the glide slope is a lot better, and your last landing was 99 FPM. Thanks a lot for the tips you gave me the other day. Oh, Paul, that sounds great. That sounds like a very, very nice landing as well. Mark says, right, got to drag my son off the PC. Is he got school tomorrow, Mark? Lose Aviation, good evening, sir. Hope you're well. Christian says you let Dark into your house and now you're wondering why the monitor's screwed. Coincidence? Well, he handled the rig a lot better than he did his Airbus. GD says just looks at that A320 throttle tech, nice but costly. That is the sort of thing that if you were building a full home cockpit, then that'd be a great piece of kit to get. But yeah, you've got to be committed to that. We'll do a fuel check as well once we're at... where's that? Susser. Lewis, I've been very well, thank you. We are of course celebrating 25,000 subscribers reached this morning, so thank you to every one of you in the chat that is a subscriber. I think the chat may be in subscriber mode, so hopefully that should be all of you. Martin says, just bought the Fenix today, can't wait to fly it, Martin. You will absolutely love it, I guarantee you that. If you're an Airbus fan, even if you're not an Airbus fan, you're about to become one. Tony asks, what is a good landing? Okay, great question. Number one is that you're in the touchdown zone, very important. Number two is the centre line. And number three, if you can, that it doesn't break any crockery in the back. But in that order, touchdown zone, centre line, and then a nice landing rate. If you actually want to put a figure on it, then anywhere between and this is this is going to be kind of wider than you'd probably expect, but anywhere between say 100 and 350, 100 350. Anything above 350 to 450, it's not awful, but it's not perfect. You've got to feel it. And probably anything above 500, well, you might get a little printout when you've landed. Hand it over to the mechanics. J-Hog says any landing you can walk away from. But ideally, you want to be able to walk away from it and use the aircraft again. Danny says you can't really butter the Fenix, you know, between 200 and 300, which is absolutely fine, Danny, isn't it? Paul, how do you know where the touchdown zone is? Do you know what? The best way to answer that, Paul, would be to just type in runway touchdown zone and click on images, and there's loads of little images there, but you're basically looking for the big white markings at near the front of the runway. Oh, is Fly Live Studio not working? Oh, let me try and kick that into working. Right, hopefully that should be working for you now. Give you a bit better idea of where we are and where we're going. Right, so we have now just passed at Susser. Let's have a look, see what fuel we should have on board at Susser. What did we take in the end? We took right, 8. We've got 4, 5, 6, probably about 0.6 tons extra. So, Susser, we should have Wayne. Hello, good evening to you. Hope you're well, Wayne. We should have about 4.7 tons. What we got? 4.86. Spot on. Company message has just come through. We'll go ahead and grab some weather for our en route airports in a minute. 19 minutes late. Alright, I'll deal with you in a minute. Let's grab some weather for... Where should we go for? Well, let's have a look at Nice then, shall we? Whilst we're doing that, send a delay code for 90 minutes. Wrong departure time, which was ODI. There we go. Lewis asks whereabouts on the OFP does it show you how much fuel you should have? It doesn't, Lewis. You have to do a little bit of math. You know how much extra fuel you've taken. You just want to make sure that you're you check what your company normal reserve is, and then add whatever extra you've taken to it. So very quickly. Then I want to start looking at our arrival. Very quickly, our plug fuel was 6.4 tons. I took 6.8 just for a little bit extra. We've also got a contingency of 200 kilograms, so we took an extra 400 kilograms here. We've already got 200 kilograms included in this, so that is 0.6 tons, 600 kilograms, and then so we've got 600 kilograms extra. At Susser, we should have, if we don't take any extra, we should have had no lower than 4.1. So I said we've got 600 kilograms extra in that, so that's 4.7. And of course, we've now got just under 4.8. So all happy with that. Elliot, you can't open the delivery manager. Try right-clicking it and running as administrator. Insanity, you have a problem with Microsoft Flight Simulator where the A320 leans to the right just before landing without input. That happened right at the start of Microsoft Flight Simulator's birth, didn't it? We had that issue for a while. Now, I'm just looking online. I don't think we've got any ATC coming into Munich anymore, which is a shame, but never mind. So, I'm not going to brief both approaches. We'll just brief the one. We'll have a quick look at the second one, but I think we're going to be okay. Elliot, run the delivery manager as administrator. So, just grab the chart. Our arrival should be... Today, the arrival should be the Betos 1 Alpha, which is pretty straightforward, from what I recall. Oh, how do I get back off this? I've had this problem before. Oh, there we go. So the arrival is Betos 1 Alpha, and our approach, we're going to expect the ILS 08 right, I think it is. Yeah. Okay, so as we can see, Betos want to be below 10,000 feet, 250 knots. Getting down to Ottersberg, from Ottersberg then. Oh, that's not the INAV approach, that's the INAV arrival, I don't want that. Here we go, from Ottersberg. We would then actually fly back. And our platform is 10,000 feet. Let me just see how this looks in the actual... navigation database. So that looks like almost an acute turn back from Ottersberg. There it is. Oh, there's a sneaky chance we could get ourselves just straight in, bypassing Ottersberg entirely. If there's no traffic, then why not? That will save some time. Sky's the limit. Tom, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the chat. And Tom says congratulations on the 25,000 subs. Sky's the limit. Tom, thank you so much. Right. Estimated time of arrival is in around 1 hour's time. So yeah, I think that is a great little plan. If we can do that, we just need to do some briefing for it. And oh my goodness, Barry Barton gifting 20 Easyjet SimPilot memberships. Oh, Barry, that is insane. Thank you so much, Barry. Wow. Okay, I'm going to do my best to make sure I don't miss anybody out here. Barry, that is incredibly kind of you. So, Edward, Chris, Caspian, Infinite Aviation, Seabus2 Official, Sharon Post, Brian, Ollie, Lee Moore, Oscar Boys, Matthias, Shayman Menon, Ryan, Vic, Thimo, Simon Emon, Regis X, and Vijav. I have MSFS as well, and Robin G. Andrew Northover Music as well. Barry, wow, that is incredibly generous. I hope I didn't miss anybody out there. Welcome to the new members, guys. Make sure you get yourself in the membership lounge in our Discord server as well. Guys, that is incredibly kind of you guys. Incredibly kind of you, Barry. Really is. And much appreciated as the members really do help support the channel. So thank you so much. I've completely lost my train of thought now. In order to get into the membership lounge, Lewis, on our Discord server, make sure that you link your Discord with your YouTube account, and then you'll see the membership lounge as well. Right, let's have a little look at this, shall we? See what we've got. So, the full procedure. Let's have a quick check as we make some notes. So we're expecting runway 08 right, and we're going to be on the Betos 1 Alpha arrival. we have got a transition level of 5,000 feet. The platform altitude is the same as well, actually, 5,000 feet. MSA's we're coming is 3,700 feet. Visibility is good. We'll double check the weather, of course, but it is at the moment above 550 meters, which gives us an ILS of the ILS minimums of 1686. ILS is India Mike Sierra Echo. Airfield elevation, I never realised it was so high, 1486. And missed approach, straight ahead, 1 mile east of Delta Mike Sierra, 1900, which comes later. Right turn to the OTT VOR, climbing to 5,000 feet. Right, that's all the information I need for that. Let's plan how we're going to do this arrival. So let's go ahead and check the coding. At Betos we want flight level 100. Flight level 100, 250 knots. Yep, there you go. Tom says, yeah, Munich is surprisingly quite high. In the day, you'd have a good view of the Alps coming in. We don't want to be too close to those. Oh, we've got Nice down there. Can we see Nice? That's not Nice, is it, down there? No. There it is. There's Nice. With its 2 parallel runways. Nice to see. Yes, so what I would like to do, if possible, is instead of flying the full procedure, then let's have a look. I'll bring it on here as well so you can see it a little easier. Instead of flying full procedure, we're going to go Betos. And then from Betos, what would be quite nice to do is we can go from Betos pretty much straight to the Mike Alpha Hotel, which is, how far away would that be? That would be about 70 miles to run. So if we've got about 17 miles to run, what altitude should we plump for there? Yeah, I reckon probably still about 5,000 feet. We can get ourselves slowed down. 5,000 feet is fine. So what I'm going to do then is to help me assist with that. I'm just going to pop the Mike Alpha Hotel here in the prog page. It's 115.2, the frequency. Pop it there. And again, just to help me, we're going to go to our fixes page. Add in the fix Echo Delta Delta Mike, and it's 08 right, isn't it? 08 right. And just chuck a 30-mile radius around there. So, because that runway elevation is 1,500 feet, then as we cross, go to our plan mode, as we cross the across there, if I can get us down to about 11,000 feet by this point, yeah, about 11,000 feet here, then we can make that quite nicely. So what I will do to assist with that then is, what's that waypoint? Is it Andek? Let's go back a little bit. yeah, what I will do then is I'm actually just going to throw that in. There you go. I'm going to pop that in there, and pop that, because that now means that our VNAV profile is going to be calculating that. If ATC is online, we'll be in open descent anyway, following their information. But that is just a nice cheeky little way that we can get in a little bit earlier, particularly as we departed late. That looks amazing, doesn't it?
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated. And if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Dr. Magic, welcome on board. Says good evening. Sorry I'm late. Don't worry about that, Dr. Magic. But thank you for being here. And says, of course, congratulations on all those subs. Thank you so much. Mark Burgess is back. Mark, I don't know if you heard me. I said, you're kicking your son off the PC. I said, does he have school tomorrow? Or are you kicking him off the PC because he's up late and he's got work in the morning? Alexander is that Monaco? Probably is, actually. We've just passed Nice, haven't we? So yeah. Dan says, I saw in the papers yesterday that airfares are going up 25%. I can imagine that being the case, what with the price of fuel, of course. Alright, so let me have a look on here. Let's just change to night chart, so that's much better. So here's the brief I want to do. We might have to just do a couple of alternates for this. So my brief is we're going to get into we're going to go direct to this waypoint just here. As we get to this waypoint just there, then I'm going to do this, and I want to make sure that we're at where's my green dots disappeared again? Let's use yellow. We need to be green dot ideally before this, and then we can get flaps 1 out as we get there. A lot of this is going to be played a little bit by ear and just monitoring it as we go. It's not the world's most difficult getting, but things to be aware of, because we are going to go off route. I'm just going to check the waters because we've got obviously terrain here to the south, so I'm going to go and just check that a little bit. We'll just bring this other chart up here. So if I just bring this into view, so yeah, we've got 1,400 feet here. Sorry, 14,000 feet here. I don't know if this is going to work actually. If ATC were online, we'd obviously have radar guidance. I think we'll be okay. Well, yeah, no, we're going to be fine, because at Betos then we're going to be below 10,000 feet. That's fine, and it's from Betos that I'm going to make that jump to bypass OTT and then just go direct here. Let me set up a secondary flight plan. If we copy the active, right, here we go. So I'm going to clear out OTT. I'm going to clear out that there. That is essentially going to be my secondary flight plan. Let's just see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. Yeah, there you can see the white line. That is what I'm going to plan instead. So I've got that all set up, and then at Beacon, I think that's where we want to be, actually at 5,000 feet. Is it not? Yes, not above it. So I'll go and edit the main flight plan as well in a minute. But I want to be at 5,000 feet, and really by that point, how far away are we? About 11 miles, so I'm going to be slowing down to around 180 knots. Let's set this for the main flight plan as well, then same thing. That beacon. Just to help with our descent planning. There we go. Well, that's fine. Play Crazy Games says hi from Portugal. Love the Fenix. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Tom was quite lucky. You booked holidays for the year before all of the issues. Yeah, fair enough. Dr. Magic says, speaking of sons on PCs, mine just hugged mine for 6 hours playing with his mates. Barely got off the ground this weekend. It's been a nice day as well. So I try and keep the kids outside when the weather's been decent. Save the PCs for rainy days. Mark says, yeah, he has school and he was out camping with the Explorers last night. They said they finally went to sleep about 3:30 AM. Oh, that's what being a kid's all about. Mark says, well, the main reason I don't fly too much is that you're either at work or your son is on the desktop when he's over. Oh, yeah. Hogging that desktop. Pesky kids. And you've got to take the first officer out as well in a little bit. Danny, I haven't got an answer for that, but you've been trolling the Ofcom, so your question from a couple of days ago, based on how does the FMGS predict and calculate the things it needs when there is a manual leg. It says don't use the use of the descent mode. Managed descent isn't recommended. Yeah, well, that would make sense. It wouldn't know where it's going, would it? That indeed does make perfect sense. Danny says the Ofcom is incredibly big when it's the only thing you need. Well, you know, Danny, the how big is my Ofcom? Here we go. Let me check this out. My Ofcom is, I think they're all slightly different for different airlines, aren't they? 4,842 pages. Oh, the search function. Mark says he must be tired as he hasn't... he didn't argue about finishing his game. Yeah, you know, he's absolutely shattered. Right. So I know how we're going to do this. I'm pretty much going to almost play by ear how we're going to configure on this. But the main thing is, of course, to get flaps one out not much later than after passing the Mike Alpha Hotel, and I've got a little visual ring on the navigation display for my arrival as well. So we'll definitely be able to keep an eye on how we're doing that. I can also put the Munich VOR in as well, which is Delta Mike Sierra. Of course it is. That sounds... So, the Delta Mike Sierra is Munich VOR. Where's Delta Mike Sierra come from? That's got to be a German thing, right? Now, just in case that I can't, for whatever reason, do that, and I have to find the full procedure, so basically 250 knots below 10,000 feet, well, it's going to be a very, very steady descent by that point. We'll then obviously get to Ottersberg, and then as we get to Ottersberg, green dot as we're coming towards Mike Alpha Hotel, getting down to 5,000 feet, very steady 5,000 feet. I'll use VS mode, and we can obviously use our level off arrow to anticipate where that's going to be. But yeah, green dot speed, and exactly the same, flaps 1, and then 180 knots, going down the glide, flaps 2. Paul McGowan says, hi Gavin, just purchased the Fenix A320 and have been following the tutorials. Thanks a lot, as they have really set you up for your first flight. Paul, that's awesome. Did you do the same flight as the tutorial, the one to Prague, Manchester to Prague? I thought that was a good, hopefully a good enough route that it gives a bit of diversity, some different things to think about, and it's not too taxing as well. And Paul says, one question though, on the live streams you have the cabin sound, safety briefing being carried out, etc. in the cabin. What add-on do I use for that? So that is self-loading cargo that deals with all that. Mark, are the star constellations accurate in the sims? Anyone know? They are accurate in the sim, yes. Do you know what? I'm a lot more familiar with the constellations that are around in winter than summer, for obvious reasons. You can see them easier. Oh, where's that? That looks nice. So yeah, I have seen the Plough, I've seen Orion, that kind of thing. Some minor and some major. Cassiopeia's somewhere as well. So yeah, they are there. They are accurate. I don't know about all the other stars. Do you know what would be cool? Speaking about apps you can get, getting an app and pointing it, getting yourself on the ground in the sim and pointing it at the night sky. I challenge someone to try that now and see if it works. GD, wonder if you can get away with printing an A320 quick reference manual at work. Yeah, of course you can. Why not? Simon Taylor says, you've watched for some time but can't always catch us live. Many congratulations on the 25k. Oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you so much, Simon. Of course, not everyone can watch all the time. I'm just really happy that you can when you're here. And that goes for everybody, of course. Mark says that is pretty incredible. What, my knowledge of constellations or the fact that they're all accurate in the sim? You like that? I know the winter one's better. Well, it's just darker for longer, isn't it, in the winter? You know it's cold when you can see Orion's sword. Josh says, evening Gav, congratulations mate on well deserved on the 25k. Thank you, Josh. Paul says, thanks a lot. I haven't done the first flight yet, just familiarising yourself with the new functions moving on from fly-by-wire. To be honest, mate, Paul, if you're familiar with the fly-by-wire, you're going to absolutely be fine with the Fenix. Guarantee that. Right, trash amongst yourselves. I'm just going to do some absolute planning for the arrival. Then I'm going to do an arrival brief in full.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Alright guys, let's go through our full briefing and how we expect to plan, how we expect to fly it. Okay, so let's do the full briefing first. So the initial plan will be the full procedure, which is Betos. Obviously we've got the constraints which we will adhere to. After passing Betos, then I will then select a nice steady VS rate, getting us all the way, well, this is without ATC of course, getting us all the way down to 5,000 feet, which is our platform altitude. We obviously come in nice and gently via the Ottersberg, and then it's a back left turn to come in round and land on runway 08 right. Platform altitude of course 5,000 feet. Green dot as we get just towards the Mike Alpha Hotel, and then flaps 1 as we leave, flaps 2 as we go down. Bear in mind of course runway elevation a lot higher than we're potentially normally used to at nearly 1,500 meters. Minimum safe altitude as we get 25 meters away from the MSW, sorry, is MNW, sorry, is 3,700 feet. We've got terrain just before that with the Mora being 14,000 feet, so obviously quite a big jump there with the Alps in front of us as we're coming in. After landing, then we're going to vacate either via Bravo 8 or Bravo 10. Once we've done that, we're turning right to continue down Tango and enter, of course, the main terminal. Again, this is all if ATC is not online. The brief, however, for the flight I would like to do, once we get to Betos, we can check TCAS, listen to ATC, local ATC. From there, we're then going to go direct to the Mike Alpha Hotel, at which point, once again, I'm going to be getting us down and selecting 5,000 feet. I've also got rings on the navigation display, so we know roughly when we cross those rings, we don't really want to be any higher than 11,000 feet, otherwise we're not going to make it down in time with the shortcut. I have programmed the box to take that into account, so our descent profile should match up with that. And again, it's going to be green dot as we get in, flaps 1 as we go out, and flaps 2 as we go down the glide. Threats to consider. We've already spoke about the terrain, the Alps to the south as we're coming in, so let's make sure we don't descend too quickly. We shouldn't, however, we should be absolutely fine and safe, because we're not really going to be leaving. We're not really going to be entering this sort of danger zone and getting too low after leaving Betos. The danger zone will be behind us by that point. So yeah, threats there. So we've briefed as well how we're landing and how we're taxiing. Let's just have a look at the go around procedure. So the go around is straight ahead to 1 mile Delta Mike Sierra or 1,900 feet, whichever is later. Then a right turn back to the Oscar Tango VOR. Let's go ahead and turn that on, and we'll just check we are tuned to that Delta Mike Sierra. Indeed we are. Great stuff, and our top descent is about 80 miles. We should be on the ground in around half an hour's time. Lovely. Right, so we're back with you. For some reason, I'd muted the mic there, which was strange. Just coming back into the chat, so apologise if I have missed anything. Elliot, which checklists am I using? So the checklist I use is actually a real world one, but it is a tad out of date now. I can see lots of people still talking about the stars in the sim. They are they're like a lot of the sim. It is pretty incredible. Has anyone tried an app yet? See if you can identify the stars. Tom says we've got Milan to our left. Yes, we. That was quite busy a little bit earlier tonight. There was some ATC online. Not now, though, I don't think. 747 Dan, this is the Fenix default sounds, not FS realistic. And Ferran agrees the night looks pretty amazing. Matthias, hello from Brazil. Welcome on board, Matthias. Great to have you on board from Brazil. Bryce says you're flying into Salzburg, runway 15 is active, but you're so tempted to do the circling for 33. At night time, Barry? Is it authorised? I mean, that's the main thing. There are lots of places where circling at night is not authorised. Hello, Italy. We've got some cloud cover over Italy, looking at that. Mark says, right, first officer walk time back in 15 minutes. My first officer's going to have to wait. I can't even remember if I gave him any food, actually. He's not barking, so maybe not. Barry, you're cheating. It's not at night time. Tom, no. My eyesight wouldn't allow that. And 747 Dan says, congratulations on 25,000 subscribers. You deserve every single sub. You felt like last week we were celebrating 20k. Do you know, Dan, I'm so sorry to everyone, because I said we were going to do a 20,000 subscriber flight, and it just came at the time where I got a lot going off, and we never got there. But I'm happy to say that the 25,000 celebratory full day live streaming is already well underway in its planning stages. We've already got giveaways lined up from PMDG, Aerosoft, Mako Simulations, the Contrail app, Orbex, of course, as well. So lots of stuff already organised. I now just need to try and find an actual time to get that all sorted. But yes, definitely looking forward to that. Oh, are we about to hit some turbulence over the Alps? Tom, indeed, we do have access to amazing flight simulators now, indeed. Definitely a bit of turbulence coming in. Top of descent is in around 40 miles or so, something like that. Tom says it's raining in Munich now, is it? Is it? Is that on the meta? I just checked the meta, it didn't say it was raining. We'll go ahead and update that, if that is the case. Ooh. Well, you may be right, because scattered cloud is now 900 feet. That's still Cat 1. Let's go ahead and fill in the information. So, our QNH is 1009. Temperature in Munich is 24. That's still quite warm for this time of night, isn't it? Winds are 110 at 4. Transition level is 5,000. Or rather, transition altitude is 5,000. And the barrow is going to be 1686. Done. So that will be 136. RLS, good evening, sir. Says good evening. Congratulations on the 25k subs. You'll be landing in Paphos, Cyprus this time next week, maybe. See, there's an Easyjet from Gatwick landing in front of my flight. Have I ever flown to Paphos in Microsoft Flight Sim? Do you know what? I don't think I have. I just think it's one of those that if we that is a long flight to do on a real world flight. Because what would that be? That would be, I think it's about 5 hours. You know, that one. It is a good long flight going heading out to Cyprus. Yeah, very long flight. But good fun. The flight that I wouldn't like to do on that one is the return flight, because that's pretty much going to be in the dark, isn't it? I'm guessing. Right, our top of climb's coming up. Sorry, top of descent is coming up. So we'll get down.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck once again, you will be delighted to hear that we will shortly be starting our descent into our destination.
Thrust idle descent, 110 blue.
For our arrival. If you could please make sure that all the aisles are clear and the cabin crew are able to make their way around the aircraft without any luggage in the aisles, that would be most appreciated. A reminder for our Easyjet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
Did I chuck the wrong meta in there? Oh, I did. Apologies. Oh well, that one's even better. That's cam okay. Let's update that. Good spot though, guys. Well done. 1014. Winds are 0603. You know, if a lot of airlines have what's called a bidding system, so you can bid for. Let's pop that in descent mode now, otherwise we're not going to catch up with the profile. There we go. MMO's bled off a bit, so we're good. Yeah, lots of airlines have something called a bidding system where you can basically bid as to which flight you would like. Would you like the early morning one, afternoon ones, late overnight, evening ones, etc. I would have. What would be your choice? This is a great question actually for you guys. What would be your choice? So if you prefer like the early morning ones, that's, you know, particularly this time of year when summer flights and holidays are going, that's when you're at the airport 4 o'clock, you're departing 5, 6 in the morning, etc. But then generally if you're doing 2 sectors, you're probably going to be back around 1, 2 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, but then that's it, you're done in the afternoon. If you're on the sort of afternoon ones, then you're obviously going to be departing afternoon, anytime early afternoon. This is all airlines dependent, of course, but you're going to then be perhaps departing at 2, 3, 4, 5, getting back sort of 10, 11, again depending on sectors, or even if there's a later bidding, so evening ones where you literally will be flying overnight, so departing sort of 6, 7, 8 o'clock, but the return flight might be 2, 3 in the morning. What would be your choice? Right, it's just calculated how we're doing with that. That looks fine to me.
Innsbruck traffic, Delta Alpha Cubic uniform, base runway 26, full stop landing. Correction 08, full stop landing.
Simon says he'd definitely prefer to do the evening. Sorry, Simon says he'd definitely do the evening. Danny said he'd definitely do the morning. Flight Sim Next Channel says on Twitch that he'd love morning flights when you see the sunrise from the air. Danny, yeah, morning flights gives you the idea of being really productive when you wake up. Yeah, I think that's me. I'm quite productive first thing, and then as the day goes on, I just think, oh, sod it. Barry Barton, you just bid for Sunday evenings.
Innsbruck traffic, Delta Alpha Cubic uniform, short fun runway 08.
Innsbruck traffic, Oscar Echo Mike Golf is on base for 08.
So I'm just seeing we've got traffic up here. He's above us, so as we're getting down, shouldn't interfere with us too much. RLS says we fly from Birmingham at 3 PM, so it's literally going to be 24 hours door to door, especially with delays at the airports now. Yeah, that sounds right. Dark Fury, yeah, we've just seen the traffic on our left. Munich traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, inbound Golf 2, flying the Betos 1 Alpha, arrival runway 08 right, currently passing flight level 260. Flight sim on...
traffic, Oscar Echo Mike Golf is on short fun for 08.
Sorry, just got interrupted by ATC there. Flight sim on Twitch says just flew from Ljubljana to North Macedonia. Wonderful approach there. I like the Ljubljana approach, depending on which runway you're on.
Echo Mike Golf, I go on.
You've got quite some high terrain there, which you need to be careful of, which is great. Speedline, can I show a TCAS symbol? So there's your TCAS symbol just there. And he is... he was there a minute ago. Oh, there he is. Seems like he's slowly edging in front of us. I bet he's wound his speed up. Whoever gets in first gets the beers in.
Innsbruck traffic, Delta Alpha Cubic uniform, runway vacated via Zulu.
So as I say, we've got 11,000 feet. Looks like we're going to match that constraint okay at the moment.
Info traffic,
Although the level off arrow
Oscar
keeps...
Echo Mike Golf. He's on downwind 408. Info traffic.
yeah, it just keeps moving a little bit. Where's that traffic gone? Is that an over there, or is that a different one? That looks far too far away.
Delta Alpha Hotel, turning left 10 degrees for the traffic.
So we'll stay on course for the moment, see what happens. There's also traffic out there to our left, which I don't believe is that one. I'm not picking any other traffic up actually. Well, if need be, of course, what we can do as well, there is actually a published hold at Pitos, so we'll see what that's like. We can always enter the hold at Pitos.
Delta Alpha Hotel 889, turning left 20 degrees for traffic.
Do a circuit, and then we should be clear. Oh, goodness me. Let's charge the tableau, shall we? God, that train's fast!
Info traffic, Oscar Echo Mike Golf. It's on long fine. Correction on short final 408, vertical long landing.
When you've got a line of traffic all coming into the same airport, ATC would be really useful. Interesting which route they're taking, because they're obviously not on the same route as us either. Looks like we're going to meet up with that profile that we needed anyway, so that's okay. And Munich traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike is currently inbound Nina. From Beatos we'll go direct Mike Alpha Hotel for a direct arrival to runway 08 right. Current flight level 150, speed 280 knots. So just confirmed our intentions. We'll start getting our cabin ready. So approach checklist.
And Delta Alpha Hotel 889 will be holding Beatos for the traffic.
So they're going to hold at Beatos, that's fine. Let's run our approach checklist. So our arrival briefing is confirmed. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums are 1686 set. Engine mode selector is normal, and the EFB is currently stowed.
Now
So we're nicely on profile now, as we said. And we're going to go from Beatos direct to the Mike Alpha Hotel, heading down to 5,000 feet as we'd briefed. W Fahrenheit says congratulations on 25k, thank you so much. Barry, we've not done it with ATC online, but we have done live traffic patterns. Base training it's called. Have a search on the channel for it. It was great fun. I had an hour to spare, so we did some traffic patterns. And HD was online as well. Right, here we go. Let's go ahead then and continue our descent. 1014. I'm just going to double check that. Was that correct?
Munich area traffic, so that's 0875, it's on final 10 miles from 08 right.
I'm just going to slow our rate of descent down a little bit as well. Okay, no traffic in front of us. I'll confirm what we're going to do. Let's tidy that flight plan up. We'll just wind that down a little bit further. Oh no, actually, that's spot on. Leave that where that is, and that gives us time to slow down as well. Let's get our landing lights on and activate the approach phase. We'll pull speed to 50 knots. Done.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, you may have noticed that we've just begun our final descent into our destination.
India Mike Sierra Echo is identified.
Cabin crew, by tidying up your tray table and handing them any litter as they come around, that would be most appreciated. For safety reasons, we ask now that you please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode until after we have landed. Please note that the aircraft toilets are now out of use. If you wish to become a Easyjet SIM pilot channel member, please contact a member of your cabin crew who will be happy to assist you. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
Munich traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, overhead Beatos, now going direct to the Mike Alpha Hotel.
Munich traffic, Lufthansa 62 Yankee, fully established, dialect 08 left.
He's on 08 left, so he shouldn't be in our way. Parallel arrivals are allowed, I believe, here at Munich. Natalia, that is indeed correct. Rainy, good evening.
And Alpha Alpha Hotel 889 will be holding 3 hours for traffic needs.
Now, just got some traffic showing here. Let's see where that is. Seeing that, he appears to be heading in the opposite direction to us, so that's okay. Josh, ETA is around 10 minutes.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing.
I've also got traffic showing here. I don't think I've heard him on the comms. So the ILS has identified. Munich traffic, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike is currently 1 9 miles west land, runway 08 right. Start
Ladies and
slowing to green
gentlemen,
dot.
we will shortly be landing. Please ensure your
Traffic inside, Delta Alpha Hotel 889.
Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down, and window blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets are no longer in service.
Airport's inside. Flaps 1, speeds check, flap 1. Alt glide slope, lock blue, cat 3 dual, autopilot 1 and 2.
Munich traffic, London 075, making it to 08 right.
So apologies, not narrating too much or watching the chat, just watching the arrival. $13 miles out. If I can get away without using flaps 2 at the moment, I will.
Munich traffic, Lufthansa
Lockstar.
875, trying to taxi via Bravo 10 Sierra 07, Whiskey 2 and Spark Stand 210.
Munich traffic, Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike, established runway 08 right, 12 miles. Speed 186. Might be a touch faster than that actually. Glide slope star, misapproach altitude 5000 set. I'm going to try and keep up high speed because I know I've got traffic behind us. Auto brake not required, it's a 4-kilometre long runway. Okay, let's start configuring now at 10 miles, so we'll go flaps 2, speeds checked, flaps 2. Just wind that back 180 knots.
Winton traffic, Lufthansa 62 Yankee vacated runway 08 left at Alpha 10, taxiing to ramp via Mike Alpha 5.
So if we can vacate a Bravo 10, that'd be good. It'd be a slightly shorter taxi for us. Miko Rask, hello! Thanks for the congratulations, glad you're on board for the landing. Six-mile final. Let's get ourselves configured. Gear down. Spoilers armed. Let's get our lights on. It's quite a strong headwind that, so we're going to have to use a little bit of force to get ourselves down potentially. Flaps 3. be stable by 1,000 feet. Flaps full. Landing checklist. Cabin secured. Auto thrust. Speed. Go around altitude 5,000. Set Eco memo. Landing. No blue. Thousand feet. I have control. So that wind potentially just could give us a fraction more lift than we need, so we might need to just be prepared to force the aircraft down a little bit. It's looking good at the minute. Just drifted slightly left of centre line, so we'll get it back on.
500.
Stable.
Above.
Ignore the pappies.
Minimum.
Continue.
$50, $40, $30, $20. Retard.
Spoilers deployed, reverse screen. And 70 knots, reversers are off. Let's get ourselves off, we know we've got traffic behind us. Munich traffic runway 08 right vacated.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the
Bravo
fasten
10,
seatbelt
that's the
sign
one we
has
wanted.
been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your Easyjet journey. For the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter or Easyjet app.
Welcome to Munich. Not sure all the lights are meant to go out when you do that. Right, let's get ourselves in. We want to take Bravo 12, I think. Get ourselves a little bit of speed up here. Landing wasn't bad, could have been a bit sooner. I think we did get a tad too high. You heard me call disregard the pappies. We were too close to pay too much attention to them, but we had just let it get a little bit high. It wasn't ridiculous, it was okay. We were safely in the touchdown zone, that's the main thing. Right, Bravo 12 West. That looks good to me. This is what I like. Do you know, I've forgotten how good this scenery is. It's been so long since we've been here. But it is indeed really nice. Dark Furies at stand 217. Is that the furthest one away, Dark? Oh no, there you are. And somehow he's magically changed livery. Happens a lot, that, Dark, when you fly. Your livery's changed. Are these, is it my eyes, or are these blue lights turning? Are these blue lights flashing on and off? Oh, that's neat. I like that. That's really neat. An actual underpass with the cars. Oh, actually, I don't think we meant to turn left there, did we? Tell you what, as I have turned left a little bit too soon, I'm going to go to one of the gates behind it. I've never been behind it before. That's something different. Oh, Von McLean, mate. Oh, thanks so much for your £5 donation. You've just literally come into the stream as well, Von. It says £5 donation from Von. Congratulations on the 25,000, Gavin. Sorry I missed the stream. I hope this makes up for it. Oh, Von, believe me, that more than makes up for it. You obviously didn't need to, but thank you, Von, for your continued support of the channel. Really great to have you on board for the taxi. Great stuff. Hope you've had a good evening anyway, whatever you're doing. Oh, this is really nice. We're just having a tour of Munich Airport, really. Lots of detail put into this one. This really is a highly detailed airport. You forget how many there are. There really are so many. And I'm loving the cars and things going underneath the underpass. That's awesome. Yeah, this would be the kind of stand that Easyjet would be on. One where we have to get the stairs out. No jet bridge because, well, they cost money. Stand 232. I remembered at the last minute then about the annoying bug you can't pan around and steer at the same time. Flight report, Stupid says Easyjet is at Terminal 1 in real life with a jet bridge. That's fair enough, yeah. The jet bridges are obviously just a little bit more money, so I don't think Easyjet are too concerned about having the, having no jet bridge. No, this isn't an Asobo airport. This is, I think it's just Sims at Munich Airport, which is really nice. And there we go. Set that parking brake. APU bleed, can pop that on, and we can shut down our engine. Welcome, guys. I hope you've had a fantastic flight with us today. Seatbelt signs can come off. Beacon light off. Get those off. And Squawking 2000 set standby. Time to deboard. GPU's connectors. Get our doors opens. Connect the ground power up. Simwings, thank you, Flight Reports. And there we are. Oh, a view from inside the terminal. It's got a very low roof. Let's head outside, shall we? Beautiful stuff. Oh, thoroughly enjoyed that flight with you guys this evening. I say it was a little bit unplanned, so I was a little bit late getting us out of the gate. In fact, we arrived late as well, so apologies for that. But never mind. We're here now, and what a great way to spend a Sunday night with friends. Thank you so much, guys. Remember, tonight was literally about as a big thank you for helping us reach the 25,000 subscriber mark, and I think we've surpassed that as well during the stream as well today. We've got 25,038, so climbing already, guys. Thank you so much for how much you've helped this channel to grow. It really is nothing without you guys, so it's an absolute thrill for me to come online and do this kind of stuff for you as often as I possibly can. Remember, of course, this isn't the main event. This was just because we passed the subscriber mark today. We will have a very special 25,000 subscribers full day live streaming, routes to be decided, things like that. But the main thing is it will be most likely something like another real ops flight, a day in the life kind of event, as we did for 10,000 subscribers. We've got loads of giveaways available as well for when that happens. We've got giveaways from PMDG, we've got giveaways from Orbex, Aerosoft, FS2 Crew, I'm trying to think, Mako Simulations as well, Contrail vouchers. We've got loads of stuff to give away, so be sure to make sure you hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss notifications of those when it is due to take place. It will be announced ahead of time as well. It won't be announced on the same day, so you'll have a few days to prepare for that as well. And of course, as soon as I know when that's going to be, I will let all of you know in our Discord server. Jez Davis onto 50k. Who knows, Jez? We didn't expect 25k. Absolutely not. We've been around for about 18 months now, maybe a little bit more, but it truly is. This is nowhere near how I expected this channel to develop when I first started it. Thanks so much to all you guys who've donated and contributed to the stream's upkeep during the flight this evening, and to our Easyjet Sim Pilot channel members, old and new. Welcome to you guys. Thank you so much for your continued support of the channel, and to those of you who have gifted subscription memberships to the channel as well, a massive thanks. Really kind of all of you. I look forward to seeing you all on the next flight. Hope you all have a great weekend. See you again very soon. Good night.